How can I call myself an artist when no one's ever heard me? Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nate Adjua, the artist you don't know yet, so let's dig into some shit. I want to talk about why I'm even starting this channel to begin with. Well, like I said, I'm the artist you don't know yet. And for me, that just means I've always been called to pursue my artistic dreams, yet I didn't know how to show up in that space or in those spaces or present it to the world. I'm getting emotional. I'm getting emotional because I've always told myself I would do stuff like this. So the fact that I actually set my camera up and I curled my hair and I, am trying to do all the things to make sure that I follow through, desiring me to just do more, to showcase myself more, to relate more. It's making me teary-eyed a little bit. But for clarity, I like to make music. I've been singing my whole life. I'm interested in, video production, music production. I write, and so many things under that umbrella. I've been singing my whole life. For as long as I can remember, it's been the easiest way for me to express myself. Singing, being on stage, or even just singing in my room were the moments where I felt the most like me, the truest version of myself. While we were practicing for our kindergarten stepping up ceremony, I was told that I can have a solo. And it was the first time where I felt like someone recognized me out of the masses. It was the first time where it was like a spotlight was put on me. And I loved it. I loved it. I remember going home and telling people that I had a solo, or even when they just saw on graduation day how I can sing. And I don't know how well my little baby, 5-year-old, 6-year-old voice was, but for whatever reason, my mom and the people around me believed that I could sing. And I'm so grateful for my mom because early on she put me in after-school programs that were catered to performing arts. And it allowed me to explore this new space, this new creativity, boundlessly for hours and hours after school. And, my mom needed childcare. Many times I was the last kid getting picked up. But I loved it because that meant I was the last kid getting to practice and ask questions to my instructors. Definitely a musical theater girly. In this program, we did dance, theater, vocals, and then every year we would put on a production that encompassed all of them. And I loved it. Just seeing the show from start to end, I almost loved rehearsal more than I liked performing. But something about performing for an audience when it was all said and done, you could just take everything, the cumulative feeling of, I put in so many hours towards this, and let me just share it with everyone in the audience. It's one of the best feelings in the world. From then on, my elementary school years, my middle school years, my high school years, I was known as, the girl that sang at the talent shows and, the girl that sang at the family functions or was always having a performance or something like that. And I think that was very imperative for me as a kid because it allowed me to know that, oh, Renee, you are talented. Oh, you can do this. Oh, there is support behind you. And I think every artist needs support. Every artist needs support. It's how we know to keep going. It's how we build our confidence, especially in those early stages of childhood. However, life started lifing. As I entered high school, I didn't have the same outlets for the life circumstances I was going through. I began to become really reserved, and I turned inward and I stopped showcasing my talents as much. I think for a multitude of reasons. I'm currently reading The Artist Way, and in the book the author talks about your monster hall of fame. And it's a concept that we have these people in our life that have said things or reacted a certain ways when we showcased our art or didn't say anything, and it's prevented us or stunted us or blocked us from continuing to share our gifts. Right now I'm thinking of like 4 or 5 monsters. People who, didn't give me the role that I wanted. People who seemingly sabotaged performances. People who didn't seem to care when I let them into my world and showed them what artistic venture I was currently working on. Society telling you that you can't make a living from being an artist. You can't be successful and be an artist. And then some of those thoughts were just my own insecurities. This longing to always want to feel like you're enough, this longing to want to be seen, I think it's essential to the reason why I'm an artist. And working on those and healing those and identifying where they come from and rewriting the script for me so I know that I'm worthy of sharing and my voice is okay to be heard and is allowed to be heard. My voice should be heard. My voice will be heard. My voice is heard. With the perils of teenage life, teenage girlhood, if you will, I really retreated into myself. I stopped sharing as much. I would sing here and there. I joined my high school band, so I still had an artistic and musical outlet. But I wasn't the artist that I had known myself to be all these years prior. I didn't have a performance every few months. I didn't have rehearsals every week. So it was weird to me to still have this identity as a creative person, as an artistic person, but not have much to show for it anymore. Yes, I sang all day, every day. I even began writing early 2020. But I have yet to put out a song. How can I call myself an artist when no one's ever heard me? Those are those negative thoughts that you have to just cast away, because dwelling on them will only stop you, and they have only stopped me from pursuing this, from sharing with other people, collaborating with other people, walking into spaces confidently, showing up as the person, as the artist, as the human being that I want to be, that I am. This is not the first time I've felt emboldened enough to share my gifts with the masses. I started this YouTube channel, believe it or not, in 2021, and I never posted anything. I had huge plans. I made a schedule. This week I'm going to post this. This week I'm going to post this. This week I'm going to post this. I'm going to do covers and mashups. And I'm going to bring you guys into my recording space. And I'm going to showcase my open mic nights. And I had all these plans. But some things happened. A few more monsters crept in. And those negative thoughts started to pile up again. Every once and again, I would chip away a little bit at it and throw myself into something, and maybe something would land. Like, I started posting covers on my Instagram page. That was weird. Not gonna lie, that was so weird. It was so weird, in fact, that I stopped posting on that page, created a new page just to post musical covers on there because I felt so weird about like people from like middle school being able to see me on, Instagram when I'm like 20 now and singing these silly songs. All of this shit is like part of those reoccurring negative thoughts. Those things that we tell ourselves that are not necessarily true. Instead of just being like, yeah, everybody's going to see me. All these people that know me or think they know me, well, guess what? I'm a singer. For those that knew, you knew. And those that didn't, here you go. I was just like, oh my God, people are going to see me. And I ran away and I created a new page. And to be honest, part of me genuinely felt that I wanted to create a separate page that will allow people who genuinely wanted to gravitate towards my music and my art will have a common space, as opposed to talking to people that don't care or were never here for that content. So I think both things could be true, but I know that the negative thoughts were the overarching thoughts, because even on my separate new page, the fire fizzled out so quickly to posting my covers. At the time, it was middle of the pandemic. I was at my mom's house all the time. I didn't really have that many resources. I would record on my iPhone in GarageBand with my AirPods, with my mom's AirPods, that is. And it wasn't like super good quality. There wasn't mass production behind me. I don't know why I allowed myself to critique my early art so heavily when it was literally DIY, start from scratch. Then I would take that same iPhone and record a reel to that sound that I just created and upload it. There wasn't any budget behind it. I just let those thoughts stunt me from proceeding. At the time, I was in a relationship and I would share my music before I posted it with my boyfriend, and he wouldn't engage. Girl, them ones in your 19s and your 20s. I don't know what it is about the 1920 boyfriend, the 1920-21 boyfriend. But they do some weird shit, bro. And I couldn't keep letting those things block me, but I still did for a while. But then I realized that maybe I needed some isolation time. Maybe I needed, reps in the gym. Maybe I needed to write every day, sing every day, work on music every day, meditate, do yoga, get my mind right, so that when I finally presented myself on stage, if you will, I'd be okay if everybody didn't applaud me. I wouldn't be dependent on external validation for my art. So that's where I'm at right now. It's an ongoing process. So just taking it stride by stride. This YouTube video is helping me so much. So if you're watching right now, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for just being here and watching me go through my mind and figure out, root causes and build my confidence back up so that when my music is ready to be shared, I can do it ever so boldly. I can do it ever so confidently. I can do it the way I see it in my heart, in my mind. What makes this time different? I question that. What makes this time different than all the other times I tried to start? The fact that I'm making this video is more progress than I've made in so long. And it's been a slow build. Something about that slow building effect makes me feel like it's going to be everlasting, that it's going to be ongoing, that I'm going to keep pushing and I'm going to keep growing and I'm going to keep sharing because I need to. I think this is the beginning of me really realizing that I need to. It's not an if, it's not a but, it's not a when, it's not a how, it's just a need. So I'm going to do it, and as my circumstances change and as my access to more materials change, then yeah, maybe the quality will grow. Maybe I'll get more reps in. I'll be prepared. When I look back on the break I took from sharing my gifts, I realize that so many transitional and transformative events happened for me. As I entered college, the thick of college, that's when the pandemic also started. A lot of time to reflect, a lot of time to isolate, a lot of time to remember what it is I want, remember who it is I am. I've seen a lot of creators and a lot of people in my daily life feel that shift too. If you clicked on this video, I'd argue that that push is growing inside of you too. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm an artist, I'm a creator, I'm a singer, I'm a writer. So I'm gonna act like it. I just want to get closer to my highest self. I know that's so woo-woo, new age, and everybody's saying stuff like that, but sometimes the Twitter girlies are correct. I want you guys to join me in pursuing your creative dreams, whatever they are. We deserve to exist in this world fully, wholeheartedly, creatively. On this channel, I'll be sharing my journey. Feel free to comment down below aspects of your journey, your wants. Maybe you had this revelation 2 months ago. What strides have you been making since? Or maybe you've been waiting to start. What plans do you have in mind? I can't wait to see what we do. And I'm so happy to be bringing you guys along and documenting it. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Nate Adjua, the artist you just took some time to meet. And I'll see you next time. It's me fiddling with my hair. I can't help it. It's just the feminine urge.